What about the other way? What about least favorite transaction? Do you have one
Um,
of those? We'll leave the, we'll protect the, we'll exclude the names to protect the
yeah, we'll exclude
innocent.
names. I think because there's probably like one or two clients that I had represented, and I wouldn't want to represent them again.
Mm,
So one of them was a listing that I had. And every which way I tried to help them, it was like it was shot down. I got it under contract at least 4 or 5 times, and they just found a way to it was very difficult. And I had
mhm.
that contract for well over a year. And a lot of people kept telling me, hey, let it go, let it go. And I'm just like, I want to, but I've already put this much time into it. So it's kind of
Yeah.
one of those things where it's like, I don't like to quit. So I was like, I put a lot of time, a lot of hours into this. I've, gotten a lot of investments into this. I just kept working with them. And eventually we did get it closed after, we got it more available to show people. And with that being said, I got it closed and they did say thank you and stuff like that. So it was still amicable at the end, but it was difficult,
Hmm.
very difficult.
Hmm.
They were one of my hardest clients to work with. So I was
Would
like,
you
yeah,
say it seemed like a lot of the difficulty was because maybe they weren't taking your advice or listening to your opinions? Was there a lot of emotionality involved for them was as far as selling their home?
no,
Oh.
it was an investment property, which was crazy to me. So it was one of those things where I'm sitting here telling them where they should put the listing at. They didn't listen to me then. And then when I tried to advise them on the offers and how we should navigate it, they didn't want to listen to that. They had a certain dollar amount they wanted to get, which is fine.
Hmm.
You can definitely do that, but just me telling them this is going to sit for a while then. And if there's tenants involved, it's going to sit a little longer because there's tenants involved and a lot of people don't want to go in and out and stuff like that. So it was just a whole thing. And then once the tenants finally left, they kind of didn't want it. So it was just like a whole thing. They
Hmm.
weren't really listening to me. And in the real estate process, you really want to listen to your realtor, take their advice. I mean, whether you do it or not, you really should hear them out because I mean, clearly we've been doing this for a long time. I could see if I was new, but I've been doing this for, full 3 or 4 years at that point. So
Right.
I think I know what I'm doing. I'm sold enough to where I know what I'm doing.
Sure. Well, even if you don't do it a long time, you're doing it much more frequently than, I mean, how often is an individual buying or selling a home?
Right,
Maybe once
right,
every 5 or 6 or 7 years, depending on the
right.
nature of it. So yeah, it's not something, I mean, the reason you have a professional involved is you would think you'd want to take some advice.